Today we've got another 22 accuracy battle for you. The Colt 1911 railgun versus the Walther PPQ. What's up, crew? It's Chris with CloverTac. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to put the Colt 1911 railgun 22 head-to-head with the Walther PPQ 22 in an accuracy battle. As always, when we're out on the range, we have to deal with the birds and the bugs and the wind and the loud neighbors and the traffic noise and the fact that my microphone doesn't always pick up the muzzle report of the firearm. Now, the first thing we need to do is pick the ammunition we're going to use for this accuracy test. And I've got three different kinds out here. I've got some Blazer 38 grain lead round nose at 1235 feet a second. I've got some CCI mini mag here that is 40 grain copper plated round nose at 1235 feet a second. And I've got some Federal Auto Match, which is a 40 grain lead round nose at 1200 feet a second. So let's put these through the chronograph with each of these pistols, see how they do, and pick which one we're going to use. 1135, 1119, 1115, 1140, and 1117. 1095, 1093, 1037, 1096, and 1109. 1122, 1072, 1089, 1118, and 1103. 1071, 1040, 1029, 1026, and 1078. 1055, 1034, 997, 984, 966, 1027, 1065, 1013, 1020, and 1077. So there's some interesting things in the data we got from that chronograph test. And I'm going to put a chart up on the screen now for you guys. If you need more time with that chart, just hit the pause button and look it over. So one of the first things that I noticed is with the Walther PPQ and the CCI ammunition, really weird phenomenon happening there where the subsequent shots that were fired, the velocities just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. And if you're out there and you know what might be causing that, then certainly let me know. But that's one of the three that we're going to have to rule out as far as a ammunition to use for testing in this situation. So we're left with the Blazer and the Federal. And normally I would say let's go with the ammunition that had the least deviation, which would be the Blazer. But I'm thinking today we're going to go with the Federal Auto Match. And there's a reason why. If you look at that data and you take the deviation with both the Colt and the Walther and you add or subtract that deviation from the averages with the Federal Auto Match, with the Colt and the Walther, then you come up with very similar velocities out of each of these, even though the Colt is a 5-inch barrel and the Walther is a 4-inch barrel. Now that we've got the ammunition figured out for this battle, I posted a target 50 feet downrange. It is a double bullseye target from Outdoor Products Plus. We're going to fire 10 rounds each out of the Walther and the Colt from the redneck rest here at that target and see what happens. As always, safety first. I've got my eyes on. Let me get my earplugs in and we'll get started. We're going to start out with the Colt and we're going to be shooting at the bullseye on the left. Let's do it. Now let's take some shots with the Walther PPQ. We're going to be firing at the target on the right. Let's go down range, take a look at the target. So here we are down range, taking a look at the target, and right away, something that I noticed, I'm sure you do too, we've got a couple of holes in that target on the right from the PPQ that looks like those rounds are keyholing. That's not good. I had that problem actually with the first Walther PPQ 22 they sent me. Now it's starting to present itself again. So I'm going to get that on the bench before I actually finish up this video. That way I can kind of report back what's going on. But if we look at the size of the group, considering that something looks like something anyway is wrong with the PPQ there, the 1911 has a little better grouping overall. Certainly I have a point of aim maybe issue with that. I was putting rounds there in the center pretty well, and then something shifted with my sight picture, I suppose. But even though it was low left, not a bad little group. So we're going to have to give it to the 1911, the Colt 1911 from Walther, it looks like at this point. But again, let me get that PPQ on the bench, and when I give you my final thoughts here in just a second, I'll let you know what I found. All right, so I want to mention right off the bat that before I started this accuracy battle, both of these pistols were completely clean. Just got through running the bore scope through this Walther PPQ, and there's definitely a reason that it's keyhole, and I'm going to throw the footage from the bore scope up on the screen now, and you can see that up until a certain point, the bore on this thing is clean as it should be. It's fine. But then as it gets about 2/3 of the way down the bore, it's really starting to let up pretty heavily. And I had this issue on the first Walther PPQ they sent me. Now it's starting to present the issues on the second. So what's the deal with that? Well, at this point, I don't know, because the first PPQ 22 that I sent back to Walther, they really did not find a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into this a little more, and that'll be available in a future video review of that Walther PPQ. Right now, I want to say that it's probably not a good idea to shoot lead nose stuff through the Walther PPQ 22. What worries me about telling people to maybe only shoot plated 22 through the Walther PPQ is, number one, there's less of that available, and that's not really what you find the most of when you're buying bulk ammunition to just plink around in the backyard. The second problem is when we look at the chrono data from before on this, we notice how the CCI, which was a plated round nose, those velocities drop off in this pistol, telling me that it's probably not the best ammunition for accuracy out of the Walther PPQ 22. So again, stay posted for updates on that Walther PPQ 22. But as far as this accuracy battle is concerned, the winner is the Colt 1911 railgun in 22 long rifle. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Until next time, don't forget to chain fire freedom.